Cooper Weidenthaler with Davenport Athletics, and I'm joined by women's volleyball head coach Brian Netzler. Coach, 3-game winning streak for your squad. What are you doing better during those 3 matches?
We're just playing better as a team. I think basketball coaches talk about having some dog in you all the time, some DAWG dog. It's just some get after itness and some grit, some fight, and I think we've kind of found our groove in that regard, and the lineup that we have out there, and having Sammy on the floor a little bit more in the 5-1, while we are a little bit smaller, I think we're really playing hard together as a group. And so I think our practices have been so much. I think again it's part of just a new staff and a new team and new pieces and a lot of new people playing. We're all becoming more comfortable and familiar with ourselves. We just had a meeting with our captains yesterday, and that's kind of we both both our staff and our captains kind of said the same things, like we're just getting more comfortable with one another and just having a lot more fun together as a group. So I think that has a lot to do with our success. I think going on the road and pulling out 2 wins is hard. Going on the road and pulling out 2 sweeps is even harder. And so I was so proud of the way we just kind of handled our business last week. And I think the lineup for sure. I think we've got players that are really competitive, and we've kind of defined some roles now, and we're working through that, and we're embracing those roles. And I think again it's happening at the right time for us, for sure. Obviously as a coach we want it to happen earlier, but it's a process for sure. And I think our team is really kind of embracing that it is a process as we go through this. So.
Right. A big reason for that 2-0 week was sophomore middle blocker Megan Herr. She was named GLIAC South Player of the Week on Monday. Obviously really turning into a good player. What have you seen from her, and what has her effort been like?
Yeah, Meg's a great kid. I think Megan, we didn't know where we were going to have her. Ideally I thought, we would put her on the right side, and we've had her there a little bit, and due to some injuries and some other things, we've cut her back kind of in the middle a little bit more, and she's just flourished regardless of where we put her. I think turning point for her was that week when we had Grand Valley, Ashland, and Wayne, and she had readily admitted she didn't play very well against Grand Valley, and she came into our office and said, I'm going to be better, and she puts an 18 kill performance together on Friday night versus a team that's receiving votes in the top 25, and kind of has just kind of taken it and ran with it. We talk about consistency a lot in practice and being consistent with what you're doing in your actions, and we talk about making the most of your opportunities, and that's exactly what Megan has done. So I'm so proud of her. She's playing with some confidence right now that I've never seen before. We talk about that dog in you, and she's a basketball kid from Indiana that kind of picked up volleyball late, and she's probably one of the biggest trash talkers on our team, and we embrace it. It's fun, it's all fun and fun, and so she likes to get after it in practice in that regard. So we're seeing more of that. I think she's playing with that confidence, and that kind of helps bring it out too, and that just makes us all better.
Yeah, back to the team. Something you guys are doing really well is serving. Mm-hmm. You're first in the league in total aces, first in the league in aces per set. Obviously, you can score with the serve. It's huge. You can get that point right away. What are you seeing from your team in that department?
Well, I think at any level you're at, it boils down to serve and pass. And so if you can serve better than the other team and you can pass better than the other team, you put yourself in a pretty good place to compete and win. So we're definitely serving the ball pretty well. We work on it a lot. I think our girls are like, man, this is more serving than I've ever done. I think sometimes we even dedicate almost 30 minutes a day to serving, just because it is so important that we feel comfortable and confident back there to get after it. And again, it's taking some chances, it's taking some risks, and while we're given zones on the bench, it's really, we give them the green light. This is where we want to go, but if you see something else out there, like use your volleyball IQ, and if you think you can drop it short on somebody, we did it a couple times to win a couple sets. Please do it. So I think we're just kind of embracing that a little bit. And, while I know we don't talk a whole lot about serve receive and stats that you see, I think our perfect pass percentage it was through the roof through the weekend. We passed really, really well. So we won that battle, and we won both matches. And so it's important that we continue to do it. We work on it a lot. Those are the 2 skills we work on the most. And so, we're proud of it, I think, but again, the girls, they're putting the work in. We kind of set the drills up for them, and they knock it down. So we're looking forward to kind of getting after it and getting after Northwood and Ferris with our serve and our pass this weekend.
Yeah, good segue there. Northwood on Friday, number 14 Ferris on Saturday. two good teams, another part of this league, and it never gets easier. What can you tell me about those two opponents?
Yeah, the Timberwolves, they had quite an interesting preseason. They didn't win a game in preseason, and then they reel off and they win 4 out of conference or in conference. So big physical team. They play really hard. They've been kind of up and down, but we know what we're going to get from them. We know they're going to serve aggressively at us, just from what we see on video. They've got some nice pieces, some older pieces. They've got some upperclassmen in the middle position. They've got an upperclassman as an outside. That makes a difference for them on the floor. And so, we're gonna have our hands full with Northwood on Friday. And then Ferris, the Bulldogs are good. They do what they do well. It's not a whole lot of fancy and smoke and mirrors. This is who we are and this is what we do. And that's where, Ferris has made their name as a national team. And so I'm really excited about it. A lot of the things that we do from a system standpoint is very similar to what Ferris does, just based off of some people that have worked both at Ferris and those that I'm familiar with and places I've been. So I'm excited to kind of see what that looks like going forward and playing against it. I know our girls are up for the challenge. I told my girls the other day that Panthers would definitely beat Bulldogs in a fight. So whether that helps us on the floor or not, I don't know. But it's any little advantage that we can try to have over them. We're going to do that. So it's a pink out weekend for us. We're raising money for one of our former student athletes' sisters who was just recently diagnosed with breast cancer. And so we're looking forward to that. I know the girls are looking forward to some of those festivities as well.